Realized I should have put up my hair for this video, but you only get a couple rest days out of the week. Gotta wear it down when you can. Handstand push-ups, that's what we're here to talk about. One of the most complex movements that we do in here. Why you should do handstand push-ups. They're awesome, but strength, stability, coordination, body awareness, and overall athleticism. 3 things we need to talk about when it comes to handstand push-ups. Strength, stability, safety. I'm gonna give you one cue that helps you hit all 3 of those by saying one word. Tripod. My camera right now, I wish I had it, is sitting on a tripod because it is stable. My camera's not gonna move. It's a strong base for my camera to sit on. That's what we're gonna take into handstand push-ups. So first thing I want you guys to look at. This is my PVC, aka my barbell. A lot of us are familiar with the movement of strict press. I'm taking that bar from the front of my shoulders, sending that bar straight up and back till it's stacked over my. Now if I flip myself upside down, all of a sudden it kind of looks something like a handstand push-up, which is a strict press. In this case, we do have kipping handstand push-ups. We'll get to those here in a second. But taking that strict pressing strength up into a stacked position, you're just flipped upside down in that handstand push-up. We're gonna start recognizing the tripod position. So when I have this barbell in my front rack position, I can see my hands in front of my head. That barbell is sitting in front of my face right now. This, if I turn to you guys, my head is one point. My 2 hands are the other point to create a triangle. And then as I press, my body gets stacked in one line where my head and my hands are aligned in one solid piece or one column, okay? But you'll notice my hands go in front of my face and then back stacked over my spine or behind. Take that same movement pattern, that same pressing path when you're flipped upside down, because that is your strongest shoulder pressing position. Now that's the big thing for strength, one of the S's of my handstand push-ups. Stability and safety kind of go together when we're talking about this tripod position. The reason handstand push-ups have a big risk-reward kind of way out situation is because you have a lot of body weight sitting on top of your neck. We don't want to put you in any danger, but if we're training the right things on these handstand push-ups, you will be perfectly fine. That tripod position creates a nice, strong, stable base for all of my body weight to sit on. I'm going to start from working from the ground. A down dog handstand push-up is a very basic version of upside down pressing or handstand push-up pressing that all athletes can use to train getting into the tripod position. I should be thinking about my head goes in front of my hands, and I should be able to see my hands in the tripod position, just like I said when we had that barbell in my hands. From here, I press that bar up and back, or in this case, I press my head through to create that stacked position. Whip the hair if you're wearing it down because it makes for prettier handstand push-ups, more dramatic handstand push-ups. But my head goes forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. Okay, that would be a down dog handstand push-up. The progressions, we might go to something like box, knees on a box or piked on a box. If you use an ab mat for your handstand push-ups, it's an awesome tactile cue. Put your hands at the front corners of the ab mat, and then make sure your head touches the very center of the ab mat right here. So I'm placing my hands at the front corners of the ab mat. If I'm getting into the correct tripod position, I'm looking at the box, I'm on the tip top of my head, I can see my hands, and then I'm pressing up and back to that stacked position. In front of my hands, I can see them, press all the way stacked. Don't forget the dramatic hair flip to get the hair out the way. Bam, here's piked on a box. Nothing changes from here. Head goes in front, I can see my hands. Face goes back to the box and gets stacked. Let's go over to the wall. And we're by the wall now. Still talking about tripod position. This is where it becomes the most crucial, very, very important to use the tripod position. We're about to get all of our body weight flipped upside down. Okay, I'm gonna start with strict. From this side angle, you guys should be able to see both my hands and my head in 2 different spots on the ground. My head will be closer to the wall. My hands will be farther away from the wall. So I'll go ahead and kick up, wait, get the hair flip. Now we're ready, okay? Hands go on the front of the ab mat. Body's angled into the wall. My head goes in front of my hands. Bam, there it is. And then I'm pressing up back to where my head is, punch through my shoulders in that stacked position. One more, head goes to the wall. Gets pressed back up into my stacked position. When we transition over to kipping, which is a lot of us like to do in CrossFit and Metcons and everything, this doesn't change. Now that you're adding speed and power into the equation, it just gets all the more important that you're hitting your tripod position. Look for where my head is in relation to my hands when I bring my knees down for some kipping handstand push-ups. It goes in front. I can see my hands right here. Everything is super tight. I bring my knees down. I extend super fast and punch my head through my shoulders to my tall stacked position. Head in front, I can see my hands. Back to that stacked position, head in front or closer to the wall. Kick up to that stacked position, bam. And that transitions over to any handstand push-up that you do. Build that good position. Stay strong, safe, and stable when you're upside down. We need to train handstand push-ups because we got to look cool at parties and, oh yeah, get super strong, be good athletes, understand that body coordination. It translates nicely into everything we do. So have fun with your handstand push-ups. We out. Peace.